And when I ask that, I'm asking in terms of like who is sending you messages and what they're saying.
I would say probably the two most common groups of readers are dads
Okay.
who are really worried about their daughters in particular and also their sons, and saying like, thank you so much for this. Was the reason I decided to do a young adult edition of the book. So in a few months, there's going to be a young adult version, which is basically like edited, made shorter, simpler, whatever, because the book has a lot of very adult themes, obviously. And I had so many people saying like, I wish I could give this to my 14-year-olds. And I just kind of feel uncomfortable doing so, but I really, really, really want them to know this stuff. And so we did a young adult edition for exactly that purpose. And often it is dads who are feeling, mums too, but dads who are feeling really anxious about this.
What are they worried about?
They're worried about, they're worried about sexual violence to their daughters is probably the key one.
Yeah.
But they're also worried about, say, the impact of porn on their sons, and they're worried about the children being miserable in various ways. The other group of readers I hear from are women who have lived this and who have had this exact process of thinking I can have sex like a man, thinking I can like completely imitate the masculine template, and that's good for me, and have had this deep sense of cognitive dissonance, which they've only belatedly realized was needless. Like they didn't have to actually put themselves through what they did, but they felt like they did. You know, they had this process of conforming to something that was bad for them. I hear from a lot of those women. And you know, in many cases, like I have had 2 women email me recently to say that they are having a baby because of me. It's amazing. It's so cool. Just because they had this, because the anti-mother messaging can be so strong and
feel so empowering.
Yeah. And this feeling that, this painful feeling that actually that there's something much higher status about the masculine template, that there's something lesser, there's something worse about doing the feminine thing, you know, being the mother, I think is very baked in and is actually very anti-woman, I think, you know, to say that being just a mum, there's something wrong with that it would be better to have, say, a corporate job, that it would be better to live like a man.